In order to watch out for the tricks that negative beliefs can play on our lives and our minds, we have to first realize that beliefs are not facts. Beliefs are actually subjective points of view. When we understand this, then we can understand that negative beliefs actually have to work harder than positive beliefs to continue to reinforce themselves, to continue to have you to buy and subscribe to that belief. Negative beliefs will come up with all kinds of sneaky ways to convince you to continue to believe in them. Why? Because negative beliefs are false by nature. Negative beliefs are just limiting beliefs. And by definition, limiting means restricting. Restricting what? Restricting the truth. And because positive beliefs are closer to the truth, they don't have to work as hard to continue to reinforce themselves in your life. With that foundation set, let's get into the 3 sneaky ways that your negative beliefs will continue to trick you, especially if you don't address them or you're not aware of these tricks. Okay, so the first and actually the most common trick that a negative belief will play is that it will instill in you a sense of fear if you try to change it or if you try and let it go. It will make it seem like something bad will happen if you let go of that belief. And if you're someone who lets fear stop you and is paralyzed by fear, then what a convenient strategy for your negative belief to use against you. So here's an example of this trick at play. Let's say that you have recently started to date somebody and it's going really well. But of course your negative belief kicks in and your negative belief is saying, I cannot fall in love with this person because I'll just get my heart broken. This negative belief will make you think that something bad will happen if you do fall in love with this person. And thus, this will keep you from fully being open with this person, from fully opening your heart with this person, from being vulnerable and maybe establishing an emotional connection. And of course, these are all things that we need in order to have a good relationship, in order to have a loving relationship. And so, of course, there is a self-fulfilling prophecy that happens. And in fact, you do get your heart broken, but not because you fell in love, but because of the opposite, because you kept yourself from falling in love. You kept an emotional distance. You kept a wall up. And so your negative belief just cleverly and efficiently reinforced itself. Okay, let's move on to the second trick that a negative belief will play on you. And this is that the true fundamental core negative belief will hide behind a bunch of minor, smaller negative beliefs. And so it will feed you these minor beliefs that are easy to let go of and have you convinced that you have let go of the true negative belief when in actuality you didn't, and that belief is still in the background, still running the show, and you're most likely still unconscious of it. And so this is why in the past you might have thought that you fixed a negative belief or you worked on a belief or an emotional trigger, and then suddenly in the future, some random time, it comes up again and you thought that you had addressed it, you thought you had worked on it. This is in fact not because you didn't work on it hard enough or you didn't address it, but you rather addressed another surface level belief instead of getting to the true core negative belief. And so the true core negative belief was able to keep itself alive by feeding you these smaller minor beliefs and having you work on those instead of, the deeper unconscious belief. So if that's you, dig a little bit deeper. Okay, let's move on to the third trick that a negative belief will play on you. And this is probably the sneakiest trick of them all. And this is that your negative belief will disguise itself as a positive belief. The negative belief will actually make it seem like choosing it is a good idea and more positive than other beliefs that might in actuality really be more positive. And so what happens is anytime that you choose to believe in this negative belief that's disguised as positive belief, it'll generate a positive feeling because you think you're doing the right thing. And so this becomes dangerous because now we're involving a reward system loop that will continue to reinforce itself because it feels good. So here's an example of this trick at play. Let's say that you're trying to start a business, but you're having a really hard time with taking action and you keep on procrastinating. But what you might be unconsciously doing is justifying that if you continue to consume self-help content all day, then that's not procrastination. So you just continue to consume all this self-help content because it feels good, but you're really not taking action. It's really just another form of procrastinating, a sneaky form of procrastinating. And this is all because there's a negative belief that's disguised as a positive belief. And that belief is that consuming self-help content is not procrastinating. But of course, in actuality, it's just your negative belief trying to reinforce itself, and you're really not getting anywhere. So, of course, I'm not saying don't consume self-help content. I create self-help content, but you have to take action on it, of course, because just consuming content isn't going to change your life. Guys, my name is Justin. I help freedom seekers create a life that they don't need to escape from. I hope this video brought you some value. Watch out for these tricks next time so you can be aware of them so you don't fall into the trap. If this video brought you any kind of value, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. That way you'll be notified every time I make a new video. Thanks so much for watching and have a really great rest of your day.